Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna make this one quick because I've already done everything that I can do today. Right, so I received my laptop back after a very long time. I felt rushed, so I didn't even record the work that I did up until now. But what I'll do is I'll go through all the different things that I did, and then if you guys really want me to go into detail with that, then I will. But I will be improving on this scene, and I will be recording that further on down the line. And I figured that I'm going to record three perspectives. So this is one of the three. I have two more to do, and I'll figure that out along the way as we go on. But essentially, right. So this is the end result, right? This is what it looks like after all the work that I did, and I'm gonna show you guys from the last video up until now what I actually did. Excuse me. So let's go. The first thing was, let me just move this to rendered view so maybe we can have a little screen to have a look at there. The first thing that I did was the sky. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the tree. I'm gonna hide the trees. And then the ground is also something that I also did new. Something that I did recently that is new to the scene that you guys did not see me do. Just gonna go down. I'm gonna hide this as well. All right. But let's start with the sky. So the last time you guys saw me, I'm just gonna go into shading. The last time you guys saw me, I had added the Umhlanga sky, right? So the Umhlanga sky, I'm changing this to world so that I can see the nodes, the shaders and nodes that are being used in order to get the lighting for the environment, the sky environment as it is. But the last time you guys saw me in the last video update that I had, you guys, mm, rec- did it freeze? Okay, let me just give it a second. Let me just give it a second. Give it a second. It's, oh my days. How long is it gonna take? Oh, it's not responding. Okay, but anyways, basically the last time you guys saw me, oh, there we go. The last time you guys saw me, it was just this node tree, all up until here. But what I recently added, okay, so this is what you guys would have remembered, right? This was the lighting prior to me getting my PC back yesterday. Okay, this is what you guys would have remembered. Um, Along with something else, but I'll show you guys that now. And essentially, I had a bit of a problem with this because the lighting seemed a little too bland. And I remember this is supposed to be in the Sahara, right? So the colors weren't warm enough, nearly warm enough at all. It wasn't giving me the feeling that I really wanted from this scene. So what I did was I added. I'm just gonna do this. I edited it. Okay, there. You guys can see that. I edited this texture. I'm not using my mouse because I also don't have that yet with me, but I'm using the trackpad. So I added this lighting here. Okay. And I edited it mainly for the accents that it's giving over here. This gives a bit of subtlety that I like. The way it glows over here on the side, I think it gives that warm Sahara, sub-Sahara colors. It's like desert kind of vibe. It gives a resort in the desert colors, right? I don't know how else to explain that. Um, but what I did was I bumped up the strength to 2. Okay, so the sky strength is 2. This is using the sky texture, multiple scattering. What I changed, I didn't change that. Sun intensity, I didn't change it. I think it's always been on 2. Sun elevation, I moved to 1.3, and the rotation, I moved it so that it was facing the same place as the sun from the Umhlanga sky. So if you guys look at the Umhlanga sky, it's right at the same location. All right, right at the same location as the sky texture that I added. And then what I did was, um, let's do this. What I did was I added a mix shader. All right, and then I connected these two together. There we go. So I added a mix shader. The mix shader is supposed to be at point 0.1, prioritizing, ooh, point 0.9. Supposed to be at point, what's going on here? I was pretty sure I had knocked this down. But let's keep it a point 0.5 for now. But I want to prioritize the warmer colors. So I'm going to. This makes it colder, right? Yeah. So I want to push it to 6. 5.5, I guess. 0.55. Right, so it's mixing those two shaders together, and that's how we get a very um, noticeable lighting here. Very noticeable lighting over here, over here, over here. The accents are very noticeable as compared to the last render. Right, so that was the first thing that I did. And then let's go back to normal shaders. And then what I also did was I added that ground. It's by walls. Where is it? Oh, yeah, there we go. I added this as well. Okay. So this is just the normal ground, a normal plane scaled up. I think I can even see it here. Scaled up to 40, right? Added a subdivision 6 times. Added a displacement modifier. Created a texture. The texture is a Voronoi texture. Intensity is zero point 0.7. Size is 0.08, so that the bumps they aren't there, so that there is a lot of bumps. Um, and then the strength is at 0.01 so that the bumps aren't all the way up in the sky and stuff. Right? I just needed something a little subtle, something nothing too serious. Right? And you can barely really see it on the scene here, to be honest. It doesn't really influence much. So that's the next thing that I added. And then right after that, what I also added, let me just hide that, was I'll show you guys why I created this in a second. But I also added trees. This is gonna slow down the render time just a little bit. Um, Let it register. I also added trees, so I'm adding greenery so that there's a bit of life and oxygen flowing within the scene, right? So I started by adding these trees over here. These trees over here with the colors of the desert. I really like that. I added these trees, and then I noticed that there wasn't enough green per se, so I added the green over here to mix it up a little bit. That added a good range of colors over there, and then a bit of green over there as well. Did very well. And then what you'll notice is there's this tree flying over here, which is not really realistic, and there are these two trees that don't really appear on the scene. They don't seem to appear on the scene directly. However, they appear in the reflections because if I hide these trees over here, if I hide them, I do not like what the reflections look like here. You see that? That's not. I didn't like that. I didn't think it was realistic enough. So this changes. This disappears. This disappears. This disappears. All that. All right. It didn't look realistic enough. So I took it upon myself just to add those into the scene, even though they won't be visible um, in the camera directly, but they will influence the reflections that appear on the windows, right? So this tree over here as well, as you can see, it's not really realistic, right? But you don't really see you can't really see that much of the detail when you're looking through the window, right? It actually all looks proper and done. So that's the same reason why I added this over here, this plane, also for exactly the same reason. However, I don't think it really influences much because I had an issue with what this window looked like, right? I really had an issue with what these windows look like. It's a bit too pale. It didn't look realistic enough for me. So this window was like that, and this window over here was like this, and all these windows were like that. I didn't like that. So that's why I created something to reflect a bit of light and reflect some objects into the scene. Um, and this is all right. But I was trying to correct that as well when I created that plane in the sky. However, it doesn't seem to be doing much at the moment, so I think I'm actually going to remove that. I'll do one more render with you guys, just to show you guys what it looks like without that there. I just removed it. I want to see what's going to change in the scene. Uh, Not much. Doesn't look like much change afterwards. And then What was the other thing that I did? Oh yes. So the other thing I did is you'll notice here. Um, Let me just change this one back to solid. Could have gone material, but doesn't matter. I just want to show you guys that in my friend's design, architectural design thing, these are supposed to be like for plants, right? Plant beds, I guess, plant beds. I don't know if I'm even using the correct term, but this is supposed to house plants in it. Um, and so I also added plants in there. And then once you add the plants into the scene, again, I only added in places where it would be visible to the camera, because if I edit them anywhere else, yes, the rest of the scene will look good, but it's not even going to show up on the camera. That's one. And two, it's going to slow down everything, right? My PC is already crawling as it is, it's struggling as it is, right? And I'm not even done. I don't know what else I might add or remove in the scene at the moment, so I just added only the crucial parts that are necessary in order for me to be able to render this image, right? I still need to fix this over here, that gap over here. I still need to fix that, and I also need to texture these the windows here, right? I need to give them a texture. I'll see on his images that he gave me what was used. um but I think that was literally just about all I did today, and the image was just about ready to render, and I rendered it. I do see this line over here. I'm wondering. Oh, okay, I know why. That's these are two different uh, rocks, bricks. Yeah, stones. Those are two different stones connecting together. Okay, I thought maybe it was clipping or anything like that. Yeah, some of these resources I can't even remember how long I've had them for. It's a very long time that I had in my asset library. So I just dropped them in. But if you guys need me to find out where they are, just leave a comment and I'll add it to the description, or I'll comment back and I'll tell you exactly where I got them from. So you guys can find them. And yeah, that was all I did in this instance in order to get this rendered image. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Apologies for the long silence. But yeah, you can just catch up on the old videos if you have no idea how we got to this point and where we started from. But we are still progressing. Again, I'm only going to plan on rendering three scenes as opposed to like sorting everything out here, because it's going to take too long. Um, and then I'm going to set up those three scenes um, for the render images, and then I'm going to cut this project out and I'm going to start on something else new, because I've been doing this for the past 3 4 months, 6 months maybe even, and not enough progress has been made. Obviously it's not my fault because the PC was getting fixed, but still it feels like it is my fault. It feels like I've been delayed. So yeah, let me just actually render um, this with the I want to render it with the plane because I removed the plane. I just want to see what it looks like at this point in time. I was using Vulkan. I tried using Vulkan to render my scenes. And then I don't know, just it felt a bit slower for me on my side, so I reverted back to OpenGL. And OpenGL seems to be working now. Right, previously with Vulkan, it didn't even finish rendering. Something happened, it froze my system, and then ooh, I'm getting an error on my OBS Studio as well, so I should probably stop soon. I think it's maybe because it's trying to render this thing. Oh my gosh, this might be a problem. I think it might have froze. Is it still going? 14 minutes. Oh, I need to stop it soon. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I need to get a new PC. I need to move from a laptop to an actual desktop setup. I think that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna try and save money and build it piece by piece, because at least if it breaks, I can fix it myself. If it's my laptop, not so much. I don't reckon I should even try and mess with with what I call this laptops and the internal hardware of laptops, because I don't really understand it as much as I do understand the hardware for PCs, strangely enough. You know what I'll do? I'm just going to stop it here because I feel like it's going to take too long. Look at this. Is it doing what it needs to do now? Because I'm about to stop it. If it gets to 15 minutes and I'm still busy trying to sort this out, I'm just going to stop the video. Um, but otherwise it looks like it is starting to complete it now. I don't want it to do what it did before because I did this video before and my memory got overloaded and then I lost the video that I was recording and it didn't even render, everything just froze. um, so is it 15 minutes? Yeah, 15 minutes. I'm stopping this render. Yep, and it's out of memory as well. I'm stopping the render. um, we're just gonna focus on this. Essentially, this is what it's supposed to look like afterwards, after rendering it. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging with me. Especially if you made it this far, please like, share, and comment. I promise the next couple of videos will be a little bit more structured, and a lot shorter as well, because I don't think you guys need these videos to be this long. It's just me ranting for most of it. But yeah, cheers, guys.